Hey, thanks for checking out my video. Today we're making egg rolls, and these are the easiest, simplest egg rolls ever. You don't have to cook the filling. Um, you just throw a couple ingredients together, you roll them up in the wrapper, and you fry them, and that's it. I have made egg rolls where you cook the filling first, and I have made them this way where you don't cook the filling first, and I think they're much better when you don't because the cabbage stays crunchy, and to me that makes all the difference in the world. However, if you were going to be using some kind of ground meat, then of course you would cook that first. I'm using rotisserie chicken in mine, so that doesn't need to be cooked. But a lot of egg roll recipes, they'll use ground pork or something like that. You're gonna get a bag of coleslaw mix, and I'm just making enough egg rolls for me and my husband to have for dinner tonight, so I'm not making a huge batch. I'm gonna take about half of this bag, pour it right there. And I don't know if you've ever noticed that when you buy this coleslaw mix or not, but the cabbage a lot of times is in big pieces like this. And if I tried to roll that up inside of an egg roll like this, it's too sharp and chunky and it'll break the egg roll wrapper. So I'm gonna chop this up a bit. Doesn't have to be tiny, but you just don't want any real big pieces. Okay, so then on top of that, I'm going to put some rotisserie chicken in there, and this I had in my freezer, and we like them pretty meaty, so I put, you know, a lot of egg rolls, they just have barely any meat in them. We like them pretty meaty, so that's quite a bit right there, and I'm going to just run my knife through that because this chicken is not in real small pieces, and I'd rather it be a little smaller than it is. And as far as seasoning this goes, I'm just going to use salt, pepper, and a secret ingredient. The chicken's already seasoned because it's rotisserie chicken, so we already know the chicken will be good. So then we're going to use salt and pepper, and the secret ingredient is sugar. I used to know a lady who owned a Chinese restaurant, and actually, I believe she was Filipino. I don't know if you would call it a Chinese restaurant, but we used to eat there all the time. Loved it. And I would tell her, you know, I tried to cook lo mein, or I tried to cook fried rice, or I tried to cook egg rolls, and mine weren't as good as yours. What's the secret? And on a couple of different occasions, the secret was sugar. Just a little bit of sugar. So that's what I have right here. I have maybe a teaspoon of sugar, not very much. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to take a good bit of salt, pepper, and that's it. That's our filling. Now I'm just going to mix it up. Oh, I found another piece of sharp cabbage that I missed. We'll see how many we come out with. I'm going to go ahead and push this over to the side. And what I usually do when I'm rolling these is I'll keep a towel over the top of them because they dry out real fast. So you want to take your egg roll wrapper, point towards you, take a good handful of filling there, and then you're going to take the point and you're going to wrap it over the top and kind of tuck it under the filling. And then I always like to give a little nudge on each side so that I know that the filling isn't coming out on the sides. And then you're going to take this and wrap it, pull each end in, and it's going to look almost like an envelope. See how that looks like an envelope? So now I'm going to take some water and I'm going to get the edge of my wrapper wet because that serves kind of like as glue. And now I'm just going to finish rolling. Okay, there's one. Grab another wrapper. Okay, so you want to put it sort of toward the point that's facing you. You're going to take the point, roll over the filling, and kind of tuck it under the filling. Give a little push on the sides. Make sure the filling's staying in. Now pull this one over. Pull this one over until it looks like an envelope. Get your edge wet. And then roll. And sometimes if my edge of my wrapper is out too far as I'm rolling, I'll kind of shove that in so that it gets inside, trying to keep everything compact, because what you don't want is you don't want your wrapper to have gaps and holes in it, because then all the oil gets inside of the Okay, so here I'm just giving you another view from above so you can see me wrapping the egg roll. Just like I showed you before, you put a handful there, you tuck the top pointed section of the wrapper over the top, and then you tuck the filling in each side, and then you're going to wrap each side over until it looks like an envelope. And then you're going to put some water on the edge as your glue, and then you're just going to roll it up as firmly as you can and try to make sure when you get to the end, you give it a good tight little press against the table so that it secures the edge so you don't get oil inside your egg rolls. So now I'm just going to fry them. And one thing about egg rolls is they have a tendency, when you put them in the pot, once they pick the side they're going to be on, when you try to flip them over to the other side, they flip right back. I'm not sure why that is, but it seems to be a common problem for me. So a lot of times I just have to kind of hold them under in the oil so that both sides get cooked. I think there's probably some way around this, and it may be caused by the way that I press on the egg roll sort of firmly to secure the tip of the wrapper, that I have created some sort of a rectangular, little package there. And then for some reason, when you throw it in the oil and it puffs up, it just wants to keep flipping back to its same side. And so here they are, completely done. They're beautiful. And you can tell they're egg roll wrappers instead of spring roll wrappers because they're kind of lumpy-ish. The spring roll wrappers are real smooth and I'm not that big of a fan of the spring roll wrappers, but these are delicious. I hope you have good luck making them, and thanks for joining me today. And please hit subscribe. It's free for you and it helps me to be able to make more videos. Take care.